thought we'd see if we can have a little look under the cover. This is the Mr. Carve M1 Pro, and somebody on the group was asking about failure of the red dot. Now this is, as I expected, an off-the-shelf red dot. The size is 6mm, I think. Actually, that rather depends on which part comes out. I think the whole thing comes out, so in that case this is going to be a 9mm red dot, 8.92 I've got there. The inner part I'm sure is adjustable, but yeah, so you would take that out. And on the back we've got the two, we've got a red and black wire going into the machine. So I think what we're going to try and do is just take this cover off here, see if we can get into that for a little look at things. I don't think we're going to be disturbing the Carve side of things, and in fact they have got Torx screws and they're right deep down in the hole there, so I'm not even sure I've got anything that we can use to get in there. So there is a screw on this side. This bit looks like it is just a cover. I'm going to put these over there. So there is one on that side. Looks like we've got another one here. We've got 4 screws holding that fan in place, so we don't want to be touching those. So that's another one. And then I think we've got, yeah, looks like we've got a couple on the back, and we might actually have to take off the cable gland there, or whatever it is that's just guiding that cable in. Nearly there. So we've got 4 screws out there, exactly the same. That is not coming out yet, so I suspect we've got to take out these screws for that cable system. That is a different size. Let's try this one. Nope. And it's going to be this one. So these are slightly different bolts this time. Okay, that's half off. Anyone asking, that is an alloy. So let's spin this over and get to the other side. wonder if any of the components inside are marked. It would be very nice to look at the laser type, and then we can research that and see what it is, and the power. I mean, it's very, very low power. This is really nothing more than a marking machine. Which is not what I wanted when I purchased it, but when something's being misadvertised as a fibre laser, you can get caught out, and I'm sure it's caught me and many other people out. Okay, so I think we are ready to lift that off. Something. Interesting. Some bolts here, got a heatsink on the other side. I wouldn't have thought that that would need pulling out. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, and here we go. And so we've just got a simple fan in the cover. I'm not going to take that off to see if it's 12 or 24 or 5 volts. I don't think I can see it's covered up by the cover. No, I can't read it. The DC rating is hidden. Right, so let me grab the camera and we'll have a look. God, there's some bloody awful soldering. Jesus, that is shocking. I'm just going to zoom in on this board. I mean, it looks like it's been repaired. Oh no, it hasn't been repaired. This has been hand made, or, you know, hand assembled. They've tacked on capacitors. You see the pins of that chip. They've just got some capacitors and they just tacked them on to the board. All of these wires have been hand soldered badly. I mean, there's just no need for any of that. It should be a socket and header, you know. And oh, I don't know what they are, but let's assume they're FETs. Look at the state they're in. I mean, it's some of the worst soldering I've ever seen in my bloody life. Absolute rubbish. Okay, same down here. Let me see if I can zoom in. Look at the state of that chip. I solder these in regularly. You know, just flow solder them in with a soldering iron or with a solder well tip, whatever. I haven't even made any attempt to clean the bloody board up afterwards. Oh, absolutely shocking. That's what they're supposed to look like. That's how they come out of the factory. And that hideous chip next to it is how they don't come out of the factory. Look at that 4R7 resistor. Actually, it's 4R7 so it's 47 ohms. You know, that's been tagged in there by hand. The soldering is just dire. What the hell were they thinking? You know, these wires here, you know, that's what it should be. You know, proper connections, not just wires like that. I mean, that really is terrible. The 3 pots you can see there are for the Galvo. I don't know whether they're labelled, but it'll be for, you know, gain and stuff like that. Terrible. Right, I need to put my glasses back on again. I'm just going to put the camera back up here for a second. That's still recording. Let me spin this over. We'll just try and work out where that 5 volt, the infrared line is going. So let's just spin this over. So this is the laser. Only got a serial number on there. I don't see any part numbers. Trying to see where the 5V goes. It's the okay, so it's the wires just here, the black and white wires there. That one goes, well, I can't quite see, but let's just get this camera out the way again. And let's bring this round. Oh, Jesus. Right, so those wires are heading off where? I'm just going to show you something else which is pretty bloody awful as well. They have cut holes through the aluminium heatsink and they fed wires through there. Oh my god, why would you do that? You can see the swarf that's been left on there. Now, these are silicon coated wires, so I suspect they might be carrying. Oh no, they're only going back to the what does that say? Oh, I don't know. Still trying to find out where the 5V goes. It's coming out there. I think it goes all the way back into the main machine. So yeah, you can see it. It's the two wires there. You'd have to just break these cable ties and just splice into the wires with a new red dot. I wish we could see a little bit more information on that laser. Oh, hang on. No, they're the fan connections. Oh, it's just appalling work. Oh, God. I can't wait to show the guys on my TV Engineers forum this. Has this gone back and somebody blown it to bits and they've decided to repair it? I've absolutely no idea. That's terrible. So to not even clean the board up and make absolutely no attempt at cleaning that up is just, it's just bad. I wasn't expecting anything brilliant, but I was not expecting that. Jeez. Right, I'm going to put the cameras down, get my glasses back on and see if we can see anything at all to do with this laser. Actually, I wonder if that is the fan wires. Just can't see where the bloody things are going. Oh, sod it, let's cut that. If anyone's got to replace their red dot, then we're going to need to see exactly where it's going, so let's just cut that off. Just check this is on camera. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to snip that off. That will give us a chance to see. So there's one wire going off to the fan, that's why it's been spliced in there. The fan power is from here, it's then going off to this fan, and the red dot wires are these two, and they are, no. Okay, they're here and they are going back off. So yeah, look, if you've got to replace this red dot under here, you're going to need to undo there's two Allen keys either side, and you're going to have to cut the wires back here, let that pull out so the wires come out this way. Yeah, just pull that out. And yeah, feed the new one in. Wires will come out in here, and then you'll be able to splice in up here and tape it up. Just wish I could see any identification on this laser, but there's just nothing, so I'm certainly not going to take this bit apart. Good to at least see the connection here is held in place with the screws. Really, not much to discuss there. That board is flapping around quite a bit. This is not something you want to see from a design or engineer's point of view. See how loose this is. It's only held in at the end here. There's there's a metal bracket there, and it has got a standoff, and it's not even captive actually. So yeah, there's 2 bolts and there's nuts on the other side. So I should imagine whilst we're in here, we should really check to make sure that is tight. Yeah, not quite. Yeah, just nipping those up a little bit. If they use washers, lock-in washers, no, they've used absolutely bugger all. So it is literally the screw, a little standoff between the board and the metal bracket, and then it's just a nut on the back. There's no locking compound or absolutely nothing on there at all. So yeah, expect that to vibrate loose. So well worth checking this, but there should be a support here somehow. You don't want to see boards flexing, you know, like this. Right, so I just need to find a cable tie, a little cable tie, see if we've got one. So I'm just going to cable tie these all back together. Well, yeah, I don't know what to say. Certainly doesn't want to go back very easily. Just going to put one of these screws in up here just to hold it in, and then we'll lay it back down again. the threads and all of these are quite rough. There we go. Let me get that laid down. So as we've already said, this is not a fibre laser, it's a diode pump laser, and you know, which is fine if that's what you thought you were getting and happy with that, but that's not what I thought I was getting, unfortunately. So I for one am not overly impressed. Oh, for God's sake. Really doesn't quite line up, so we're going to be forcing it in.
Sorry, something went wrong.
Yep, it certainly did. Oh, Jesus. Not going in and on, so there is something blocking that, and I can only assume a wire has not gone back quite where it's supposed to. Well, it definitely doesn't want to go back on there, so I'm not going to waste any more of your time while I struggle getting this cover on. So yeah, somewhat disappointing, I would suggest, and but at least you can replace this off the shelf red dot. Yeah, I mean, you can adjust it. There's Allen screws either side, so you can slide it left to right, which mine kind of needs doing just very slightly, and obviously you can rotate it. I wouldn't suggest doing that because you're going to then have to work out your focusing point, start from scratch. But anyway, look, there we go. Hope that was interesting. Okay, so eventually managed to get it back together, the two screws, one here and one at the other side. Can't go in, the holes don't line up, so you have to put them in at an angle to to get them back in. Didn't realise that when I was taking them out, because they haven't drilled the holes in the right place. So for anyone that's interested, that is the 2 mirror galvo system. Some sort of writing on there from the factory, a little bit of dust in there. We've got a model number there, we've got a actually that's the same, isn't it? ZB2, no, 2D10E 64, yeah, a different number. So yeah, but that's what it looks like. So yeah, we'll just get this back together and call it a day, I think.